NSA whistleblower says it's most probable that the NSA has recordings of Trump phone calls with James Comey. Hello folks, my name is Jen. I'm from Golden State Times, and today we have a news story. This one comes courtesy of Breitbart.com, and it says that William Binney, a former high-placed National Security Agency official turned whistleblower, said that it is most likely, very likely, in fact, most probable that the NSA has recordings of President Donald Trump's phone conversations with former FBI Director James Comey. And he said, quote, "It is very likely, in fact, most probable that the NSA does have those tapes." Binney continues saying, quote, "I think you already have examples of it where you have conversations that President Donald Trump had with presidents of Mexico and also Australia. All of them have been leaked. Also, phone calls involving former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and so on at the White House." So what he's saying is that, you already have examples of the conversations with the president of Mexico, president of Australia, and also that conversation between Michael Flynn and the Russian ambassador. All that stuff has already been leaked. So what does that mean? That the NSA is literally bugging the whole White House. Okay. So he went on to say, quote, "And the point is here, you see, I don't know of any time that the president makes a phone call that is not encrypted. So that means that the people who are intercepting the president have to be able to decrypt it. And the people who provide the encryption and the keys to those systems are to be used are the NSA." So what he's saying is that NSA is the one that created that encryption, and they are the ones that have the keys for it, and they're able to intercept whenever they want. Why? Because the NSA created that encryption. Okay. Binney was speaking on Sunday night on this reporter's talk show program, Aaron Klein Investigative Radio broadcast on New York's AM 970, and also on The Answer and Philadelphia's News Talk 990 AM. Binney was an architect at the NSA's surveillance program. He became a famed whistleblower when he resigned on October the 31st, 2001, after spending more than 30 years with the agency. He has remained a sought-after expert on NSA surveillance. Binney was responding to a series of tweets from the U.S. president last week in which Trump wrote that he did not make and does not have recordings of his conversations with Comey. However, Trump allowed that with all of the recent reportings regarding electronic surveillance, intercepts, unmasking, and illegal leaking of information, I have no idea whether they are tapes or recordings of my conversations with James Comey. So President Trump, he put out some tweets on June the 22nd, and they said, with all the recent reporting electronic surveillance, intercepts, unmasking, and illegal leakings of information, I have no idea whether or not there are tapes or recordings of my conversations with James Comey, but I did not make them. I do not have them. I don't have no such recordings. Okay. So President Trump knows that who knows what agencies are intercepting his phone calls. Who knows who is listening in to every conversation that he has over the phones at the Oval Office. But he says that you know what? With all the recent leaks, with all the recent intercepting, with all the, recent reported electronic surveillance, I'm 100% sure that there are tapes, but I do not have them. I did not make them, and they're not in my possession. That's basically what he said. On May the 12th, after Comey had been fired, there was speculation that he was behind the leaks to the news media. Trump had ominously issued the following warning on Twitter. And he said, "James Comey better hope that there is no tapes of our conversations before he starts leaking to the press." All right. So as we all know, James Comey did lie under oath. President Donald Trump knows exactly what was said between them. And he's very assured, and he knows exactly what Comey did, what Comey said, and how much of his sworn testament is true or not. Okay. Comey is nothing but a filthy liar, to be honest with you, and a snake. But anyways, the article goes on to say that the NSA absolutely are tapping President Trump's calls. When they asked whether Binney believes that the NSA is bugging the Oval Office, he replied, absolutely. In February, on this Reports radio program, Binney made national headlines when he alleged that the NSA was tapping Trump's Oval Office phone calls. Binney further contended at the time that the NSA may have been behind the data leak that revealed Michael Flynn's alleged misleading of Vice President Mike Pence and other Trump administration officials about the contents of his phone calls with Russian ambassador to Washington. It says that during the interview on Sunday, Binney addressed illegal, illicit NSA domestic surveillance, and he said that in documents in the NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden's slides on the agency Fairview project or program, which is supposed to focus on the collection of data from foreign countries, citizens utilizing switching stations located inside the United States. Binney said, quote, the slides show that tap points across the United States where the targets really are, and it's the U.S. population and not foreigners. If they wanted the foreigners, all they have to do is tap the surfacing points of the transoceanic cables that would be along the coast. You wouldn't need to tap points distributed with the populations of a company, so that the main program they are using to collect all the data is on the fiber networks. It says that Binney further stated the NSA could remotely turn on cell phone mics to record offline conversations. So this is some scary stuff, folks. Basically what he was saying was that if they wanted to get foreigners' phone calls, they could easily do it through the transoceanic cables and not do it by pinpoints here in the United States. Because if they do it by certain pinpoints in the United States, what they're doing is they're picking up conversations of Americans and not people from overseas, or maybe even mixed. Okay? And the other thing, too, is said that the NSA could remotely turn on cell phone mics to record offline conversations, which is the scariest part of everything. And are your phones listening to you guys, folks? Most definitely they're listening to us. Now, what type of information are they trying to gather? I have no idea. But most likely, most definitely, the mic on your phone is being turned on remotely without you even noticing it. So they're listening into everyone. Everyone is being subject to this illegal surveillance. Okay? So let us know what you guys think about this, folks. Do you think the NSA has the tapes between James Comey and the president? Do you think that every single conversation the president has over those secured lines, those quote-unquote secured lines, are being intercepted by the NSA? Do you think the whole White House is bugged? And do you think that this is a double-edged sword? In an instance like this with Comey, like I said, President Donald Trump does know how much he lied in sworn testimony to the Senate. President Trump knows exactly what was said between them. And like that message was not only to kind of like shake up Comey a little bit so he can say the truth, but at the same time, President Trump knows exactly that Comey was going to lie, and when these tapes come out, they're going to show Comey's true face, the face of a liar, a backstabber, and a snake. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. My name is Jen. I'm from Golden State Times. If you guys missed our previous videos, there's some very good news. Well, sort of good news. The travel ban was reinstated by the Supreme Court, but with some restrictions. If you guys haven't seen that report, it's up on your screen right now. Click on it. It's interactive. Go and check it out. Give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Also, Ginsburg is still not retiring. She didn't, set her retirement date or anything. But Justice Kennedy, he is set to retire over the summer. Okay, we reported yesterday that he was set to retire as early as today, but he did not do that. Instead, there are a lot of people are saying that he's going to retire over the summer. So by the time that winter starts, we might have a new justice on the Supreme Court. Okay. So Neil Gorsuch, he's doing a very good job. Here comes another conservative justice, and we hope that President Trump picks the right one. So yeah, folks, thank you very much for joining us. My name is Jen. I'm from Golden State Times, and I'll see you soon. Peace.